Okay, it's recording now. So
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just I'm sitting in the dark naked. No,
Okay.
All right, let's get this shit show on the road.
Let's do it.
All right, you cool with what? I mean, you're cool with whatever. So
Yeah.
We just go with the flow. You ready?
Yeah.
The name of this next horse is Hoof Hearted, but listen to the call.
Hoof Hearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questern Jet, Hoof Hearted on the outside, it's close. Hoof Hearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, jaja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoof Hearted. I am Doc, and with me is Mix. Mix, what's cracking?
My back, my knees, my hands.
Hey,
everything's cracking.
Welcome to getting
I'm
older.
just not on that shit. Yeah.
Dude, I
was excited about recording. Fuck you. Shit, man.
The other night,
this week.
The other night I was going to sleep or trying to go to sleep. And my elbow, like, you know how I've had issues with my elbows. And it like cracked, it popped. It hurt so fucking bad. I had to get up. I had to put ice on it. And I had to take ibuprofen. I put some biofreeze on it. I had to wrap the fucking thing like I'm a professional baseball player. No, I'm just fucked up. I did nothing. I just moved. I wasn't lifting anything. I wasn't like squeezing anything. Just moved.
Hey, Doc, do you know what's good for elbow pain?
What?
You lick my butthole. Sorry, Step Bros.
I doubt that, but yeah. Was that from Step Brothers?
It's shoulder pain, but because Derek, the older brother, or not, the little brother falls from the treehouse, and then he's like holding his shoulder. He's like, you know what's good for shoulder pain? Like, what? When you lick my butthole, and then the other two laugh.
Yeah, that's
right. But yeah, I just gotta switch it up on you.
Yeah, what if that actually was the cure to a lot of things? Was licking ass? Just
it's not
tossing salad. I don't know.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
I still can't understand like why so many why is that a thing? Why are so many people like, yeah, man, I eat ass? No, gross, dude. Gross. Poop comes out of that. I've said that plenty of times. I've said it on the podcast. Why are you licking an asshole? There is nothing you could do to make that asshole like, no. It's gross, dude. It's gross. You can bleach it. You can wash it. It's still the poop tunnel. It's still the shit house. No. Turds come out of there. Farts come out of there.
Going through the shit house.
What?
Going through the shit house.
Yeah, man.
Instead of the car wash.
Yeah. She's a shit house. Mate, letting the poop come
Just
out.
let it all come out.
House. It's not number one, it's number two. Look at the doo-doo. Anyway. Yeah, I don't like that. But another thing too that makes me so like think about history, right? It's amazing to me that we still exist, right? And
yes,
not because of like the dumb fucking shit that we do, but like I don't know. To me, I think that the fact that humankind is still around just shows how fucking horny guys are and how much women just put up with it. Because like you go back, it's not even that long in our history that we've bathed regularly. Can you imagine the stench of like crotches, you know, like in history. It's just like, and the thing, like all the poor people, like how the fuck were they reproducing so much when
They
it
still
just,
are. Well,
dude, yeah,
I guess not
yeah, but
reproducing, but they're making the act.
yeah, but do you think that it smells as bad? Like it's just, I don't know, man.
Nah, because
Like, cause
most of them are stealing like shampoo and shit. You're right.
look at.
Like,
I mean, have you ever? Okay, I want you to think about this, and I know this might be fucked up, right? This might be a fucked up thing
huh.
to say, but have you ever seen a homeless person and said, "I want to fuck that homeless person"? Probably not, right? Well, back in the day, everybody looked like a homeless person, covered in dirt and mud, smelled terrible, like the funk. Like, how often did they take a bath back then? Probably never. The Wild West, you know, people are like, yeah, man, I would have been cool living in the Wild West. Really? Yeah, man, you could go to a whorehouse or whatever. And no, dude,
At
gross.
whorehouses, they bathe you first.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
For sure.
according to
They
Red
more than
Dead
likely did.
Redemption, but
Oh,
I
I
don't
never
know.
played that, so I don't. I mean, I played that like a bit, but I never got that into it.
Yeah, but
But
no.
no, I would assume like it's like a pleasure house. So at the same time, they want you to be like comfortable. So that I would assume they would bathe you and then take care of you.
Well, I wish that we had like some listeners
Pleasure
that
houses
would
like
tell.
that, yeah.
No,
Nah, nah,
no. I wish
no,
that
no.
we had listeners that could tell us like what were
Bangers.
some of the the ways that they combated odor when they were fornicating back in the day, because I just don't, it
Well,
boggles my mind, man. It
well,
boggles
the
my mind.
interesting thing about what you just said is we could kind of summon someone to say that. Who could we summon if we would want to say that? If we had like a Ouija board or something, because that might be a demon. But if we wanted to have
Are
like an
you saying
apparition, or
we should go back in the past and ask like what
I'm
it
saying
would
we
have
should
to be
talk to
some.
ghosts, motherfucker.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, that's our topic today. Is that what you would call a segue?
I was trying to, but you
Yeah.
weren't helping me.
No, of course not, because I knew what you were trying to do, and I thought it was funny to see you
Uh,
struggle.
yeah, because I'm hot, man. You can't do that to me.
Can't let
You
the high
know
dude
this.
segue. Can you
No,
imagine
not when
riding
it's
a
fucking rough
Segway
like
while you're
that,
high?
because no,
Yeah, dude, that would be
and I
fucked
can't
up.
say them while I'm high too.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So when you started like, oh man, I wish we could talk to people from the past. I'm like, yeah, man, those are called ghosts. If we really could,
I don't
just
want
do
to.
that.
I didn't say talk to people in the past. I was saying talk to like, I'm sure that
People now in that
may know.
situation,
Yeah, maybe they know the
man.
history. I don't know.
So
It's
you're
all
talking
good.
about historians or some shit?
I don't know. Some people have weird knowledge. They have weird knowledge, but I mean, we could talk to a medium. That'd be a funny thing to ask. Like to talk to like a medium, and then like in the middle of some fucking seance, and say, yeah, I'm want to talk to my great 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 grandfather, and then and then they come through and they're like, this is your great 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 grandfather, what would you like to talk about? I don't know, something. Did the pussy stink? What? Did great 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 grandmother's pussy stink? How did you end up? Did you ever go down on her?
They
No.
didn't do that type of shit for sure.
Fuck no, dude. I mean, you had to
No,
clothespins. I mean,
that shit's new age.
yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah.
It came out of porn like 20 years ago, maybe. We don't guys ain't give a shit about
No,
that.
I don't know though, man. I mean, you look throughout history. No, because you look through history. You look at like not cave paintings, but like Egyptians and like Roman shit. Like those, they were fucking freaks, dude. There's like things like hieroglyphics of like dudes running a train on somebody.
Yeah, but not eating the puss. What you mean?
I'm sure it's
That's all.
there.
That's
I'm
trains have been going since forever.
Trains
I don't want
have
to say
been going
anything. I was
before.
gonna say
Trains have been going before actual trains.
since BC, bro.
BC before
Yeah,
COVID.
man. Well, yeah, but then
Yeah.
it kind of stopped for a little bit
No, you wear a mask.
when the Fire Nation attacked.
You wear a mask. Why,
That's an Avatar joke and a racist joke.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, ghosts. Ghosts was gonna be our
Ghosts.
topic, not stank dick or stank pussy. But yeah, ghosts. I mean, honestly, if you could though, if you could end up asking a question of a ghost, right? Like way back in history. And another thing too though, real quick, like why is it that ghosts never seem to be like way in the past? Like you'd never see like a caveman ghost. You're not going to be able to talk to a caveman ghost. It never goes that far back. Like it's always like, Civil War, or, 20 years ago. I mean, maybe it has something to do with like the energy just starts to like evaporate. You know what I mean? Like it starts to go away.
yeah,
So that's why they're always like sort of new. And then how come there's never black ghosts? You ever heard of any black ghosts? Never. Like I don't ever hear of any black ghosts.
they're not that spiteful. No one black is that like fucking negative towards someone where they just cling on to it.
I don't know about. No, they probably figured out that they're dead, so they moved on. But all the other people are like, where am I? What am I doing? I don't know. Because it's always white people that are the ghosts. Like, it's weird.
Hauntings tend to be like, not, I don't want to say crazy, but like almost as if the ghosts are just sticking around just to fuck with people at some point. So like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes they try to have fun too. So like, why would they? Not a lot of them want to figure it out and move on. They stick around after they figure it out. Is what I'm trying to say.
But okay, so if you could ask a ghost a question, right? Like, say, would you rather like ask like a relative, or would you rather ask like an old celebrity? Like, what question would you ask?
Damn.
I'm hitting you with the hard questions, dude.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask if I could talk to Hitler, but like, why?
Ah, okay. Well, that's a good choice,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Why?
Because some people get it mixed up, and it's like, well, if we talk to Hitler's ghost, maybe we could get a solid answer.
Yeah.
But
fuck, you could
it's
ask
probably
him,
still gonna be fucked up. I'm not gonna try to get sympathy out of the guy.
Yeah. Or you could ask him like, okay, did you really kill yourself, or did you end up moving to Argentina?
All right. The age-old legend was you only had one testicle. Is that true?
Is that true? Yeah.
Is that why?
You find out you're actually talking to Lance Armstrong. He's just in the other room. He's only got one ball, by the way. Survivor of testicular cancer.
I figured, but that one wasn't like as strong for me, so I didn't want to laugh too much at him.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hitler having one that because of the stuff he did. No, I know.
Yeah.
That's what he said in the other room. But Hitler being the one with one testicle because of what he did is funny.
Yeah.
So fuck him. But if it's not true, why isn't it in history books? Why is it known? I don't think it's in any history books. I just read a stupid book about it.
What, the testicle thing?
Why? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's known, but it's not like in history books about him, like for school.
I don't know. They just talk about it.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
If they just started that knowledge in high school, it's like, so this is why Hitler did it though.
Because he had one ball.
A Jewish doctor took his testicle away as a child.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Yeah. But anyways, I honestly, that's the only thing that did pop up is like, get that douchebag in here and be like, why'd you do it, dude?
Yeah.
Why'd you do it? It's just like wrong place, wrong time, man.
Here's another thing too, though. Okay, so if you end up asking, like, okay, let's say you talk to Hitler, right? But he spoke German, dude. He's German, so he didn't speak English. Maybe he did. I don't fucking know. But like every time people end up going to these haunted houses or whatever, they're like, yeah, this person was, and they go to like some other like country, like say they're in like They're in Poland and they're investigating some, abandoned factory. And then they're in there like, are there any ghosts in here? You're not gonna get any real answers. How many of them spoke English? Like, do you speak English now all of a sudden now that you're dead? Like, I don't know. Some of those things, the ghost shows are. I think that they're bullshit. But
Well, I figure as soon as you die, you kind of could just go up to anyone and like finger blast them or make out with them or something, and you gain their knowledge. So you'd gain their language as well.
the
You know what I mean?
fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about ghosts like finger blasting other ghosts?
Finger blasting people.
That's some weird shit, dude. I know we were talking about zombie porn before. Now, are you talking about like ghost porn? I'm sure that's out there too. So
I'm sure
everything
too,
is,
but I haven't seen that one. I
Rule
haven't seen
30.
that
What
one.
is it? Rule 34 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, where anything is porn.
anything,
Yeah.
everything is unsafe.
That's true. But anyways, I don't know what I would ask. I don't know what questions I would ask for a ghost. I think I'd want to end up asking, like, part of me would want to ask like a relative something, but at the same time, I feel like I'd much rather ask some celebrity or somebody important in history just to kind of learn something,
Okay.
So I really don't know what I'd want to ask. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I'd want to I think I'd want to ask Elvis what it was like to die on the shitter. Because you know how I'm like worried about that. So I'm just kind of like curious, like what was it like to die on the toilet? I mean, I could ask Coolio too. I think he died on the toilet.
Jeez.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Is that
Was
not
it
some
too
type
soon?
of cult thing too?
No, it's I mean, some people say like the bathrooms and stuff, the bathroom, but I think it's the
The
bathtub.
tub is for sure.
That's Whitney Houston and her daughter, R.I.P. But both of them died. And she died. Her daughter died a year after she did, in the same exact way, which is fucked up. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We're not trying to get all conspiratorial, but we do want to talk about ghosts. And do you have any experiences with it? I know we tried doing a podcast about ghosts like really early on, and the audio got fucked up, so we never released it. And we've just been putting it off, and now it's that spooky time of year. So we figured, hey, we talked zombies, now let's talk about ghosts. And then we got some other things in store for us. But yeah, what kind of ghost stories do you have? Like what's one of the experiences that you've had? If you want to talk about it, you don't have to, but
Well, that's what I was meaning. I don't really have too many. I only in like, cause I've worked retail for a while, and like one store I was at one point,
mm-hmm.
Everyone heard this, but we were leaving, and out of nowhere, like all the hangers started like swaying back and forth, like someone was shopping,
Okay.
and like a few of us turned around, there's nothing's going on, but you could see the hangers like moving back and like forth. That's like going like someone's fucking shopping them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what the fuck? Open the door, get us the fuck out of here. Get us the fuck out of here right now. So we just all like jumped out of the door, left as fast as we could, just not even like thinking about it. And then I mean I stayed there for a little bit. And then actually
Little did you know it was
huh?
actually some of those ghosts that had been finger blasting and fucking earlier. They're actually
Yeah,
reaching for the coat hangers
that's
for
why I felt like I was getting
abortions.
fucked at the register. But
They're reaching for the coat hangers, dude, for the abortions. They're little ghost babies that they don't want.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But
fuck
no,
that.
actually I think that store was was a
Indian burial ground.
no a crematory or whatever
Crematorium, really?
for yeah
Oh,
the
okay.
the older one. That's what I've been told. And
Okay.
honestly, with like some of the conveyor belts, I would believe it. That they were like pretty fucking old.
Okay.
The exit and entrance of it is kind of odd because it's I don't want to say it's like wide enough for anything, but like, that's how we get all the fucking pallets and shit in. But it's like I don't know, it's too many like not a lot of uh stores that I've seen have loading docks like that one.
Okay.
It was one where you could literally just put something up, pull I don't want to say a body, but pull a body onto it and then throw it into a smelter type of deal. But yeah, no, it's just it looked weird and I didn't like the feel of it ever. And like I said, one of the managers that had been there for a long ass time told me like that's what it used to be. I don't know if I could even ever trust them
Yeah.
because I don't like them anyways, but fuck them.
But fuck them.
So no, yeah, well, I hope it ghosted. The,
That's what the coat hanger
the,
is for.
well, and then I mean, I doubt it had anything to do with it because it's not like one of these things was hanging on or around it. But like one of the next following times I closed after that, we were attacked by a bat.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
it was funny as hell to watch the women like run around screaming. But I was like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, all right, it started swooping on me, and I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, I fucking hate bats, dude. Ugh.
Yeah, so I really doubt a bat was making the hangers sway like that
Yeah,
and move
no.
around, but it was freaky. And then the other store I worked at first, it actually cause I just say this one because I felt it, and even one of the back room uh supervisors said something, and it's right by a lake. And what my thought was is because those lakes, they have people die,
Mhm.
and a few of them that I knew before the store had been built was what's it called? A few children, not to make it dark, but I kind of thought because one of the supervisors said that she saw children like kind of playing.
Mhm.
So I feel like it was that. And at one point I put was it like a sheet, like bed sheeting set down on the counter, and I
Mhm.
placed it down, dude. It wasn't moving or anything. Wasn't and even if it was like bouncing back and forth to where it would fall, it would have only like fallen like a little step forward, right? Because it was at the very last one. At least that's my thinking. Why was it all the way across the fucking aisle? It was all the way across the aisle when I heard it land on the floor. Like
Yeah.
someone had thrown it. And I was like,
Is
what
this
the
all?
fuck?
This is all at the same store.
No, that one
Oh,
was
okay.
at the first store I worked at.
Okay.
And then I got transferred to another store, the older one. That's where the crematorium might have been.
Okay. All right.
But the one where I thought it was children playing is by the river. Or by by the river. I said lake earlier, my bad. And then I also had a coworker there that said she sees ghosts,
Uh-huh.
and she always sees like little kids playing in the store. That's really kind of the only thing I have based on that. And because I actually hung out that I guess I do have this one. I hung out at her house once, and she said that she has a shit ton of stuff happening in her parents' room,
Mhm.
and everyone was gone, and it was a party. I was fucking drunk, so I went in there,
Yeah.
and I just like she was like, you could go hang out because I was like, oh, I want to see. Um, she's like, you go hang out in there. So I sat in there, and dude, I fucking
Saw
heard
a
because
ghost finger
everyone was
blasting in
outside.
there.
No,
Oh, okay.
there was a few. It was I heard it in the bathroom, but I left them alone.
Okay.
No, I closed the doors, and I heard the main entrance one just fucking pounding. Now that I fucking remember her, because it's been a while since I fucking thought of her. But I fucking like straight up just slams on the door, and like I waited a minute because I was like, fucking come in, like why the fuck you don't bug me?
Mm-hmm.
And no one came in. So I went outside and I was like, did you just slam on the door to like prank me? And she was like, no one's been inside. So I was like, all right, that was cool. That should happen. But yeah, it's been a while since I thought about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and really just the stuff at the stores. Besides that, I've been told a few things from people, but it sounds kind of iffy because it's always just like shadows popping out of the corners, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well, if you're in a dark room, yeah, I mean, or it's like you turn the light on and it just kind of takes away the shadows. Maybe you saw that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
That sounds weird. And they're always like dramatic people, but it's just like those ones for me. I don't find myself too dramatic. But
Yeah.
that shit was thrown across the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that I threw that shit before I walked in the door or walked in the room. Nah, this bitch threw it when I was already there. Oh, sorry. Have you ever watched Black Dynamite? By the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
I
my
love
god,
that. I love that show.
That was fucking.
That's
Oh,
a
it was
funny ass movie.
the movie, right?
Yeah, the movie.
Or
Yeah, not the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
the movie. I never watched the cartoon, but yeah.
But all right, sorry, man.
No worries.
What about you? You have
Oh.
some experiences?
Yeah. I had this one experience where I
Finger blast. Sorry.
yeah I was finger blasted by a ghost. And then he says, "We're gonna send you to X-rays."
That's what I hoping you'd say.
Fucking asshole doctor. Anyways, check out the episode of Accidents May Happen if you want to hear the true story account of how I had a finger in my asshole. Yeah, no, I had this one experience where
Ghostly encounters. Sorry.
What?
Ghostly encounters.
Yeah, ghostly encounters. Yeah. Yeah, there's ectoplasm all in my butthole. Oh, that's the KY, dude. That's the KY.
Shit.
Yeah, no, I had an experience where I called a podcast. The phone number was 661-379-0020. And then I left a message. And then I also texted. And yeah. Anyways.
Picked up what you were doing there. So if
what?
people want to leave their ghostly experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
On our phone. Go ahead and do that.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Please do. Because I actually want to hear. Now, I will probably, honestly, like, I think that we'll probably get a call from the burrito about ghost stuff. Because I know the burrito. I know the burrito personally. And he is really big into horror movies. And I think he's probably had some experiences. So the burrito, I would like to hear your experiences. And then also Rowan, oh, you know what, that reminds me of a time that he was telling me something about that something that happened at work, where, and he said that it was remember our old boss, the manager, the one with the twitch.
Yeah, they got held up at gunpoint. Or
really, did she?
No, wait, you didn't hear about that?
No,
I thought you were the one that told me. Not her, but V.
Oh, her? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I forgot she did. Yeah, she was all freaked out.
Yeah, the poor thing.
Yeah, that sucks.
No, I wouldn't fucking go back either. Fuck that shit.
No, you're not getting
pizza?
paid enough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess for money, they probably
need money. Yeah. Fuck. She probably end up going and
give me the pizza.
Yeah. Rowan had said that something had happened there at the store, and then they went and rewound the video, and they actually, and he's like, no, and I think this happened when remember when the store, I don't know if you were there, the store got shut down for various reasons, and then so we had to go through and clean it all up. and I think that's when it happened. I don't know.
Which one? Which time?
Yeah, I know, right? Rowan, this is a call out to you. I'm telling you, you need to call us. The phone number is 661-379-0020. Call us, leave a message, let us know about the ghost thing. And then we'll play it on the next episode. So, uh ghost experiences for me, Instagram, Doc Farted, uh the underscore Mexalorian, Instagram.
Oh,
Email us, hoofheartedpod@gmail.com. Anyways, so my ghost stories, I'm trying to figure out, because it always sounds so desperate whenever I'm like, please call us and please email us. And then, yeah. So I'm just trying to find clever ways to throw it in for no fucking reason. Because I don't think people are paying attention anyways. So my ghost stories, the earliest experience that I can remember, um, like my two major experiences, it was around the ages of like 7 to 9, somewhere around there. I don't remember how old I was. But the two experiences happened in the same house. One time I was in the living room, and I'm watching TV, and I can look down the hallway, like out of the corner of my eye, and and it was at night, and the hallway's dark, but you're getting enough light from the living room that you could kind of see down the hallway. And the way the hallway worked was, you go down the hallway, and on the left of the hallway there was our my mom's sewing room slash game room where we played Atari. That's how long ago it was. And then my sister's room, and then you turned right, and then on the left would be my room, and then on the right would be the bathroom, and then straight ahead was my parents' room. So it was an L-shaped hallway. And so I'm sitting in the living room, and on my right hand side, out of the corner of my eye, I'm looking down the hall, and all of a sudden I see like a shadowy figure, full size, and I see it like moving, and then I look down the hall, and then I can see that there was a total of 3, and it was 3 shadows that were walking into my sister's room, from the direction of like my room or my parents' room. And like, I mean, I can tell that they had feet, they had legs, they had arms, they had heads, but there was no distinguishing features, right? No, like, you couldn't see eyeballs, you couldn't see, any of that stuff. Just like an outline shadow. And so anyways, my dad was sitting there next to me, and I was like, Dad, I think somebody is in the house. And he's like, no, nobody's in the house. So I asked him, I said, hey, can you check in, my sister's room? Can you check and make sure nobody's in there? Because I think somebody went in there. He's like, okay, fine. So he gets up. He's probably like, this fucking kid, right? So he goes in there. He flips on the light. He looks under he looks in there and all that. And then he comes back. He's like, there's nothing in there. I'm like, did you check the closet? Yes, I checked the closet. He probably didn't check the closet. Well, did you check under the bed? Yeah, I checked under the bed. I know for a fact my dad did not check under the bed. But he's nothing, right? So he sits down. Well, now I'm like focusing on the hallway. Now, I know a lot of times when people say that they see shadowy figures or they see ghosts, it's out of the corner of their eyes. Well, I'm looking straight down the hall, and then I see those same 3 figures coming out of my sister's room back into the other part of the hallway, like where either my room or my parents' room was. There was nobody there. It was just these 3 shadowy figures that went through there. And to me, I'm like, I don't know how you can fucking explain that. Like that, it wasn't there was no like lights playing tricks or anything like that. I don't see how my mind could have been playing tricks because how, I can, there was, like I said, there was enough light down the hallway where I could see the end of the hall and I can see the doors. It was weird. It was crazy to me. And then in that same house, I was, and happened during the day. I was in my room and I was playing with GI Joes and stuff and my He Man and all that. And it was just me and my dad at the house. And my dad is over in the computer room. So if you remember, it's kind of like around the corner from where I was at, the sewing room, computer room, game room, whatever you want to call it. So
Mhm.
it's around the corner from my room. And so I'm sitting in there. I have the door open. My dad has the door open to that room. And I'm on the ground playing with my toys, and then all of a sudden I hear somebody say my name, like, right behind my head is where it sounds like they are standing over me, and then they are kind of like leaning over towards, my head, they're like, Doc. And I'm like, what? Doc. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So I get up and I'm thinking like maybe it's my dad because it's the only other person here. It didn't sound like my dad. But I go and I'm like, "Hey dad, did you call me? Did you, he's like, "No. No." I'm like, "All right. Okay." So I go back and I sit down and I'm playing, and then I don't know, some time goes by. I don't know exactly how long. And then all of a sudden, Doc. And then I kind of like stop, and then I like look up, and I never look behind me. And then again, Doc. And so I'm not freaked out at all. I should have been, but I go in back in there and I'm like, Dad, are you sure you're not messing with me? And he's like, why? I said, because somebody keeps saying my name. And and he's like, well, it's not me. And he's like, maybe it's God. Next time you hear it, say, God, is that you? And then just wait. I'm like, okay. So now I go back in there and I'm sitting down and I'm waiting, and it never happens again. Like, never in all the years that I lived there, never happened again. And I'm thinking that definitely wasn't God. If you believe in God or not, like, it wasn't that. So my thought is like maybe he just got tired of waiting for me to respond. So he's like, fuck him. I'm not gonna talk to him anymore. So but that was it. Those are my two big experiences there in that house when I was a kid. I had a couple of experiences like at work. Like we used to say, you know where the Tony's Pizza is on
Yeah.
Hageman and
Oh,
coffee.
Hageman.
Hageman and coffee, yeah.
Um, is it by that cigarette shop behind the gas station, or is it on the other side? Hageman and
No, 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 no. It's on the other side. It's like across the street from the McDonald's, and there's that
Okay.
the Sinclair gas station with the
Yeah,
dinosaur.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Tony's is right there, right? Well, it used to be
Yeah. Okay.
Papa O's, and I used to work at it when it was a Papa O's.
I
And
know shit.
yeah, yeah. And we used to always joke around that it was haunted. And so we I mean, we would do what most young adults and teenagers would do after hours. We close up and then we would all like, start stealing beer from the tap. And so we're drinking and we're having a good time, and we we would hear noises and then we would just joke around. Oh yeah, it's the ghost, it's the ghost. Well, one time years later, I was actually one of like not, was I assistant manager, something like that. Yeah, I was in charge, and I was counting the money at night. Everybody was gone.
Huh.
All the doors were locked. The only person there was me and the last cashier. I had to count out her drawer. She was the closing cashier, so I had to count out her drawer. And I had, the front doors were locked, the back door was locked. There was no way anybody can come inside, and there was nobody that was in there because we would check. And so we're sitting in there, and I'm almost done counting the drawer. And then all of a sudden, I can hear the door. We both hear the door to the bathroom, which was very distinct. We hear it open and then close. And it's like a squeaking door, right? And then we both look at each other and we're like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. I'm like, I'm coming in the morning. I'll count this in the morning. So I just put the money in the safe, closed it up, and then we took off. We're like, fuck that. I turned off the lights, coded out, and then left. But I did end up going back to that store, like when it changed over to Tony's, and I asked them, like, is this place haunted? And they just looked at me and they're like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, okay, all right, never mind. So fuck you too. But I guarantee you that place is haunted and nobody fucking talks about it. So
Nah, Tony's, they probably blessed it before they came in.
I guess, man.
That's why they're like, what the fuck you talking about? We come in here, we clean that shit up. We don't even.
They saged
we don't fuck with that.
They saged it. Yeah.
Walked around saging it, having the father come in and bless it and shit.
Yeah,
no, we don't fuck with that.
No, probably not. I guess. I don't know. But
that's why they picked that spot, because it was haunted. Now it ain't.
Yeah, it was a good deal. It was a good deal. Anyway, so yeah, those were my personal ghost stories, but I know that something did happen at the place we used to work, and I'm hoping that Rowan remembers that and he could go ahead and give us a little, because he was there when it happened. And I think it was after that, or maybe it was before, because I remember talking to our boss, the one with the Twitch, and we were really, because I think I was trying to, like, we were talking ghosts, and so she was like on this kick of like ghost hunting or whatever, and then we were talking about, she was talking about like some fucking apps that you could get on your phone that were like a spirit box. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what a spirit box is?
Yeah, someone that it's like the static for them to talk in between, right?
Yeah, it's basically what it is. What a spirit box is it's a radio that will continuously scan through all of the channels. And then, at least this is what it used to be at the time too. But it would scan through all the radio channels and just like up and down the aisle or the dial, and then you would hear words, and it would just the idea is that does
it come out like, this is Dodger baseball? And she's like, oh shit.
Exactly. Oh, he's a Dodger fan. Fuck him. Yeah. Anyways, this ghost deserved to die, you son of a bitch. Sorry, I'm still bitter.
But no, it's the old announcer.
It's a bad season for Giants fans. Anyways, so like, yeah, but it would just that was so fucking funny, dude. Dodger baseball. Anyways, yeah, so it would just scan through, and then it's supposed to end up having like certain words, and I think, to me, I feel like it's bullshit, right? But she was downloading all these apps, and she's like, oh yeah, it's the spirit. So we would just sit in there, and I would humor her too. We would sit in the back room, the party room, and because that was where apparently something had happened. So we sat there, and then we were trying to do some like EVPs and shit, and not a goddamn thing happened. And and we were using the generic phone.
Okay, but tomorrow, can we try a seance? I really feel like that one was gonna work. I'll bring a Ouija board too.
Oh fuck, dude! I ain't gonna fuck with no Ouija board, dude. No way.
Good.
No way. I'm not trusting it. Not trusting it. Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like you're. I don't want to open up any doors. You know what? You know what? Yeah. No. Because I think that there was a doorway like in my room where I lived that I had my two experiences. I just not.
No, I feel you, man.
Yeah, no, I'm not, because I believe in that shit. I believe in all the evil spirits and I ain't fucking with it, dude. But there was nothing there that I could see that ever happened at the place we worked at, and people, people had their experiences. So I mean, I believe Rowan. It's not like he's, uh, it's not like he, I don't think he would lie about it. I believe that he saw what he saw, and I do
Yeah.
think that it could have been haunted for all I know. Maybe ghosts, like, I know they always say, like, oh, they stick to places, but maybe there's traveling ghosts too, and they're like, oh, we're done here, let's go. Like, I want to go
Ghost
some other
nomads
place.
or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, the place was, I mean, it could be haunted. I don't know. I sure as shit don't want to go back there. Fuck that place. But
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason why I go back there, I only go back there to see Rowan every once in a while, if I'm like in that area. But you'll never guess who's the manager there. I'm not gonna. I'll tell you later. But
I know. I've been there a few times. I
oh,
think I know who.
you know who? Oh, okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, that's wild. And
The X.
yep, ex in law,
Okay.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
crazy. So I heard he's mellowed out. That's cool. Good for him. Yeah.
He's all right. One time they had me waiting for forever, and for my wedges, and I tried to be like, hey, how's it going, man? And I was just like, yeah. And he was cool, but I mean, I think it was like he didn't want to give me the time of day.
Yeah. Well, he's probably busy too, man.
But then they were taking me. Nah, they weren't. They weren't busy. I had to wait for my wedges. It was like barely after lunchtime. It wasn't crazy. And me and my girlfriend, we had to go. And so I'm like, hey, like, are the wedges done yet? And he saw my receipt. He saw like probably how long I waited. And so he upped it from the smaller one to the larger one. So yeah, I mean, he's cooler, but I don't know if he just doesn't like me. Probably that.
No, probably not.
But not everyone has to like you. That's a lesson in life.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, they just need to.
Who knows? If you listen to Hoof Hearted, you could get a lesson in life in every episode.
That's
but if
right.
you also follow us on Instagram through Hoof Hearted podcast,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
And then Dog Farted and _ Mexalorian, and you might learn something.
Yeah,
about nothing, but you might learn something. But yeah, go ahead and follow us. And back to ghosts.
Yeah, ghosts. I don't. I would love to hear some other people's stories. I remember Dollar. Yeah, I know, and I know I had called him or texted him to see if he wanted to do a show, and then I texted him again, and I got no response. So I don't know if he's just like, fuck this dude, like, nah. But I really wanted him to be on the show, because he he actually went ghost hunting, and I do remember some of the stories that he told. He was talking about how he had been not possessed, but like some spirits had attached themselves to him and caused a lot of chaos. He'd get headaches and shit like that. And he went to one place, and I've found out he went to, what is the name of that park? You know what? I'm gonna look it up real quick. So anybody here in Bakersfield could go ahead and go to this park and get themselves fucked up with some spirit that wants to attach itself to you.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. We should deter people from doing that kind of stuff, right?
No, I really don't care, but don't blame us.
Yeah, don't blame. No, we're not liable for any of this shit. Whatever choice
you do it.
You're adults.
Yes, Doc would not mind you doing it, but
you're adults. You make your own goddamn decisions, or you're old enough to make your own decisions, like however old you are. But anyways, the place is Jastrow Park. Do you know where Jastrow Park is?
I do not.
It's on Truxton and Elm. And yeah, so it has like this little like gazebo. You know what I'm talking about? It's like there's tennis courts there and shit. It's also where they have the Korean War Memorial. Yeah. So
it's probably that thing. No.
Yeah, no, this all happened way before
that
memorial was there. Yeah. But so he went to that little like gazebo place, whatever, the amphitheater that they have there, and he said that there was some bad juju there, right? And anyways, so can you say juju? I don't know, whatever, I said it.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I say that a few times on my stream if you guys want to go watch at the _McLaurin on twitch.tv.
Okay.
The _McLaurin. I forgot that one. But
yeah, cool.
Yeah, I say juju sometimes.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Not in the same, not like that, but
yeah, exactly. It's not like you're pointing at people and saying it, you know.
Yeah, it's usually when I die in Apex.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So they you know what is one of the best things about still being a small podcast? You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we blow up, we'll delete all the episodes. So we could have like this is the reboot, boys.
Yeah, we'll just put it all behind a paywall or something, right? Is that what people do? Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's where you get racist, is behind the paywall. You have to pay for the racisms.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So that park is pretty fucked up. There's a lot of bad stuff that goes on there. Now,
I'm sure.
This is going to be a little bit of a promotion for another podcast, a podcast that I enjoy, and I got to interview the host of that podcast, and that is Notorious Bakersfield. And Robert, the host of that show, he has a tour, like a podcast tour that you can pay for, and he will tell you what happened at these locations. So basically what it is you will listen to him. He'll say, go to this location, and then pause the podcast. So he'll give you the address, you drive to the location, and then you look at the house or the location, and then you hit play, and then he'll tell you what happened there. And there's a house that is actually on Elm Street that's right there by the park, and it's a terrible thing happened there. And so my thought was like, well, maybe that's why there's like just a bunch of bad spirits there. But also I found out from him and his podcast that there used to be, like, if you go around the corner towards the end that is on Myrtle and 18th. So the park is like a square, and on Myrtle and 18th there's a part of the park that there's like a dip or something like that. Or was it there, or was it on Truxton? I can't remember. There's a corner of that park where they used to have a tree. Maybe it's the part on Elm, but they used to have a tree there, and they had to dig it up because they say it's haunted there, but they had to dig up the tree because a bunch of people were killing themselves on it. So they were just hanging themselves from that tree. But I'm looking at the park now, and I'm like, there's a bunch of trees. They could pick any fucking tree they want, but
yeah, but that one is probably the sturdiest.
Maybe, yeah, or had the the easiest branches to get to. I don't know. I don't know how people who are suicidal pick a tree, And if you have suicidal thoughts, please get some help. Like, don't do that to yourself or people.
Don't follow us on. Go ahead and reach out to there's a call center for that. I forget the number.
Yeah.
Logic has a pretty good song about it. It literally, it's on. That's the number. So you go listen to it. Go call them afterwards, and then go follow us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we want to gain fans.
Yeah,
not lose them.
So do that in those orders. Fix yourself, love yourself.
Yeah.
We don't want to. I was gonna say we don't want to be talking about you in this episode.
Yeah.
So,
or in
any future ones.
future episodes, yeah. Yeah, and
So,
even
oh, yeah.
if people are struggling and they think that there's nobody there, there's somebody in your life that cares about you always. So, anyways, all right, back to the ghosts. Um, yeah, so that place is haunted, and then I hear too that BHS is haunted. I mean, I've heard stories. Do you know of any of the
Yeah, I
stories?
had friends go ghost hunt there.
Uh-huh.
And the scariest shit happened.
Yeah.
They got arrested.
Yeah, fuck.
Fucking
And
idiots.
then when they were in jail, they
Yeah,
had
not
ghosts.
like sit.
With
Yeah,
the-
they didn't get sent to jail. They just got like.
okay.
Well, did they?
I thought if they went to jail, maybe some ghosts
I know.
finger
I
blasted.
know the parents had to go because it was we were literally smoking in the garage with them.
Uh-huh.
And one of them goes, "Oh, dude, we just got invited to go ghost hunting. You guys want to go with?" And me and so it's pretty much 2 Mexicans and 2 white guys. Me and the other
Nice.
Mexican just look at each other and we're just like, "No, right? Like, nah, we'll just chill here. Like, let the high go off." And next
Yeah.
thing we see is there the guy's parents that owned the house walking out and being like, "Oh, you guys are still here? We thought you went off to the high school with those idiots. What happened?" The cops went and busted, so we have to go get them. Fucking assholes.
Yeah.
How do you not think there's any type of security like
Yeah.
sensors or anything?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I know I only jumped my junior high school fence like forever ago to skate, but not to go into rooms and ghost hunt. You know, that's just ridiculous. But yeah, man, it was just funny. Me and the other dude is just like, nah.
I'm sure though, dude, if you just go talk to the fucking custodians, you know, they're there late.
Yeah.
You could probably end up going with a custodian. Shoot, give a custodian like $20. I bet you anything. He's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead, do whatever you want. Offer the custodian some weed. Yeah. I was like, yeah, sure, dude. Go in the auditorium. Go in the stands. Cause that's where they're supposed to be haunted, is like in the football stands.
Oh, in the stands and
the auditorium.
The seats closed on themselves sometimes, and you just fucking flip a switch on the kids.
Yeah, but I think the auditorium, they say, is or the gymnasium is haunted, and then the football stadium is haunted. But and then there's tons of stories about the Padre Hotel being haunted. And I mean, dude, I would totally go on a ghost hunt.
I don't know about haunted, but because I'll just, it's like, me and my girl stayed there one time
At the Padre?
and the only thing we heard was gunshots.
Oh yeah. Well, that could, dude. Honestly, that could have been a haunting. That could have been.
Nah, and then we saw the report because
okay.
I was like, oh, you know, it didn't sound like it was inside the fucking building.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, but like, I heard the shit. Next day, I was just on Facebook. Shooting on I forget what street it is, but it was literally that fucking street.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember what
it is what it is. At least we weren't outside.
Yeah, true. But I do know, again, with the Notorious Bakersfield podcast, there was I love that podcast. Like, I mean, there's a lot of like historical stuff about Bakersfield. I'm not from here. I enjoy hearing stories about this place. And there was a murder that happened there at the Padre. And you know, and he talks about and with that podcast, he just basically takes the facts. So it's never anything like, it's not opinion, it's just the facts that he gathers. So it's you know, it's a good show. It's not scary, but I mean, some bad things happen, and then of course, you know, it kind of leads you to think like, oh man, what if that place is haunted? So then you're like, oh, I want to go to that location and see if there's anything there. And that's why he does the haunted tour. Like, they're not haunted, but I mean, he does the tours every Halloween. So Halloween's coming up, and he's gonna do another one. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's Robert over there at Notorious Bakersfield. So it's a cool show. You guys should check it out. Even if you're not from Bakersfield, it's just cool to hear those kinds of stories. You know, and then you can learn a little more about the shit ass town that we live in. So, anyways, but I don't know of any other haunted places for sure that I've heard of.
There's a shit ton of houses downtown for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And, because I guess a house that my parents even had before, was not like extremely haunted before I was born.
Yeah.
Because I think I was actually, or I don't remember if it was, because I think my mom said it was one pregnancy. I can't remember if it was me or my sister. But they were actually like painting one of the rooms as like the nursery.
Mhm.
That's why it's like they were in the middle of it, and they got locked out because they were coming back from putting the groceries or getting groceries, and they were putting it away. And at one instance, they got locked out because they had put a paint bucket in front of the door to prop it open,
Mhm.
and it was moved and closed all of them out. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that was one. There was other times where I guess they would come back to the house with like the old classic like chairs, some chairs on top of the table and some not.
Mhm.
So it was just fucking like weird for them because
Yeah.
I mean, and I've never known them to do
To
anything
do
like
that
that.
shit, yeah.
So yeah, for them to tell me that, and then because I guess they just booked out and just got something, and that's when we lived in Lamont like later on, because it was downtown Bakersfield, but then they
Yeah.
just left and got something back where they used to live, and then saved up and got where they live now. So but
Old stuff, man. Old stuff.
yeah,
Always,
that one's
always
so
haunted.
probably a shit ton of places downtown.
I would
say.
imagine so, yeah. Yeah.
I
mean,
so we
even if
just
it's
need to
not haunted,
demolish that shit.
even if it's not haunted, I'm sure there's certain parts of Bakersfield or any town that anybody's in that's like run down and old. And even if it's not haunted, you're gonna get some crazy stories because the crackheads would be like, "I saw a demon," you know.
I was
So,
gonna say one time I did a break-in and entering and stole stuff with my friend and his mom's house.
oh really?
Downtown. It was so because she kicked him out, but I didn't fucking
Oh,
know. He
okay.
was just like, "Hey, can you help me get some stuff from my house?" It turned out he grabs this whole fucking room pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
and then lets me know that yeah, he got kicked out. He's not supposed to be there. I'm like, oh, cool. That's that. Oh, I thought earlier you just forgot your key. And then he like not busted a window, but they had like a prop window,
Mm-hmm.
one where they could just like push it and it opens, and because he
Yeah.
was used to that shit. So I was like, I mean, I guess it's something you do. Fuck it. And then yeah, he let me know that what we just did.
That's
Which just
funny.
fucking filled up my fucking old truck and just got everything out to his new place.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was his shit.
Yeah. So really,
I
it
didn't feel
wasn't
like awful, but it
stupid.
was just like it's just funny.
Yeah. You're like, dude, I just broke into somebody's house. It was mine. So don't even.
Yeah, but still,
It's my
technically.
shit. She stole it from me. Whatever.
Nah, I doubt he. I mean, in my, because that was when I was like 18.
Yeah.
So like that was like she be buying all of his shit, you know.
Yeah. True.
It's like that type of attitude for his mom.
Yep.
Whereas like, yeah, I get it. It's like the clothes that she put on you, the bed, and then like the only thing that he was like, nah, this one I'm taking for sure. The nightstand that I found, it was like a half mannequin.
What?
And so it was just like
Oh.
the legs of a mannequin.
Yeah. Okay.
Or not even the legs, like the thighs.
Yeah.
It would go to the knees, and it was like a table up top, and it was a huge bulge, not like a dick, but a huge bulge. You knew what it was, but it was just funny as fuck. It was cool. Like, all right, I don't know where the fuck you got that, but that's cool.
Does he rub the bulge for good luck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still does to this day. I follow him on Instagram. He posts this. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this job.
Let's rub the bulge.
15 years later, he's just, I still have a job, but I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Just need to finish rubbing this.
Yep.
But yeah, his house is probably haunted.
Yeah, his house is probably haunted. So let's talk like movies and TV shows here, because I want to get wrapping this up here soon. But
Yeah.
So you said that you used to watch that Ghost Adventures show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like a lot of the ghost shows. Like, I mean, maybe when I was younger, they would have been cool, but you know,
yeah,
I'm
guess
old.
I mean, I was a little younger when they were coming out, so I was like, oh shit. And like sometimes they were so suspenseful. It was like, what the fuck's gonna happen next?
They do a great job.
But then they did the live action one or the live versions, and it's like, all right.
They do a great job entertaining.
You kind of fucked yourselves on this one. Yeah.
But there was I will say this though. There was one show that I liked, and it was and I'm not huge into EVPs. I think a lot of times like EVPs are I feel like you hear what you want to hear, right? And for anybody who doesn't know what an EVP is, an EVP is electro voice phenomenon, or electronic voice phenomenon, and it's basically you record something. You're hitting a recorder. You hit record, and you just let the thing record, and then apparently a spirit, ghost, whatever, will be able to communicate that way. Like somebody will be asking questions, and then like really low, really quiet, you'll hear it say something. But even quieter than that. And then they have to like turn up the volume, and then sometimes they have to slow it down, and then they'll tell you on the show, like, oh, this is what it says. And then, do you hear it? Do you hear it said flapjacks? Yeah. And then, you're like, yeah, it sounds like it said flapjacks. And then you're like, no, dude, it could have said cataracts or could have said something else. So you have no idea. Like, I think a lot of times it's fake. There was one show that I used to watch, and it was called Ghost Lab, and I really liked it. Not because, okay, Ghost Adventures, I don't know. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like Taps. I think that was another one, Ghost Hunters or whatever. But the Ghost Adventures, I don't like the dude and his stupid fucking gelled hair and his fucking bedazzled pants and his Ed Hardy outfits and whatever the fuck they are. Like, I'm like, it's like some dude that had, I don't know. He's so, to me, like, I feel like he so desperately wanted to be cool. But I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not feeling it, man. Like, no cool person is going ghost hunting, but I don't know.
That's why he's the cool boy of ghost hunting.
Yeah, he's the bad boy of ghost hunting. So I don't know. There's no badasses that are ghost hunting. But anyway, so I thought it was there was this one show, Ghost Lab. I liked it because, number one, they explained more like their scientific approach, and I appreciated that. I liked the idea of the scientific approach. And then with one of the guys, his whole thing was he wanted to provoke the spirits. So he would start talking shit to him. He'd be like, "Oh, you think you're a real badass ghost? Huh? You think you're a real badass spirit? Well, why don't you come down here? Huh? Why don't you push me? Why don't you scratch me? Are you a bitch?" Like, he would just be doing shit like that, and it would just crack me up. And I just thought it was so funny. Like, yeah, dude, let's provoke the spirits. But one time they did one that they supposedly were in the place where John Wilkes Booth was at, where he actually died. Because the story goes that the story that has gone out was that John Wilkes Booth was cornered into a barn after he ended up shooting the president in the head, and he jumped off the balcony onto the stage and then said something I can't remember, and then took off, right? And then he went into this barn. The barn caught on fire, and then he burned and died. But the rumor is that he actually lived, and he was in Oklahoma, and he was still acting There was two different places that he went to. He went to there's supposedly two places that he haunts. One of them was this theater. Now, this is where they got this really like interesting EVP, and they were asking like who's here, who's this, whatever, and then you can hear like really faint, I'm John Wilkes Booth, and it was very like, but it was like clear, like you couldn't. A lot of times you can say like, okay, this sounds like it could be another word, but that to me was, there was no denying that that's what was said. So I
Mhm.
mean, maybe I wanted it to say that so bad that I believed it, and that's a strong possibility on all those things, right? But it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that episode, and I like that show. The other shows, not so much. But and then there's other shows I watch now that are, I mean, they're funny, dude. I mean, they're cool, but I don't. They're entertainment, and that's what it's supposed to be, entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. Do do you do you have any like movies or anything that you like that were ghost movies, like Paranormal Activity or anything
Yeah, I
like
was gonna
that?
say about Paranormal Activity, even. Cause I didn't like ghost shit, like watching stuff like that for a while, and then when I finally did, I I think it was before though, but so I was kind of like trying to find like all the Paranormal Activity shit before I found them all. But
Mm-hmm.
then one of them came out in theaters,
Mm-hmm.
and me and a bunch of friends went and watched it. We just hopped in my truck. There was like four of us. It was my tiny truck, so we
Yeah.
could barely fit three, but we squeezed all four of us in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went and watched one. It was the one with because I don't know if you watched them at all,
I've watched all of them. Yeah.
but it was one the ghost the kids named him Toby or something,
Okay.
and at the end like Toby fucking straight up folded dad's dad in half.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and all this shit, crazy shit went down at the grandma's house.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
after all that shit, we were all just like, "Fuck, man, that was good. That was crazy. Holy shit!"
Mm-hmm.
And it was cold. It was freezing that night. We get into my truck, and I guess I already had a little crack. But as soon as we get into it, and I turn it on, start up the heat a little bit, and you could kind of hear it because all of us like turned at it. We were like, "What the fuck was that?" And a huge crack just across my fucking windshield
Oh
was just
shit.
right there, and we all just started fucking freaking out, like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then we all just like, "Hang on, it's cold. Trucks are started. It's just physics and shit. Shit just
Yeah.
happens.
Well,
We ain't haunted right now, but that was freaky as fuck."
yeah.
But
And that's the thing. That's
yeah,
the thing about all that ghost stuff, man. You have to go ahead and eliminate reality first, and then you can go with, if it can't be explained by like lights or animals or whatever, then yeah, you got to say, all right, dude, it's something else. Like all these orbs that you see like on video or on
mm,
in pictures, like, oh, it's an orb. No, dude, it's dust. It's a
yeah,
bug. Like, calm the fuck down. No, dust wouldn't float like what, dust wouldn't fly like that. Yeah, it would. A little tiny ass bug that's lit up in the light would do exactly that. It's, I don't know. People want to believe like so bad, and it's the same thing when all these like the spiritualism took over. There was so many scam artists out because there's so many people who wanted to communicate to with their dead relatives, and
mm,
there's just, if you look at it at like that stuff, if you can just see it as entertainment, as what it is, entertainment, then you can have fun with it. But if you're gonna be serious about it, like, it's not to say that I don't believe that that shit is real. Like, I do believe that there are spirits out there, and I do believe that they can go ahead and communicate with us, and they, I mean, I've had experiences. I just think that the stuff that you see on TV and on YouTube is bullshit, and it's for a reason. It's for clicks, it's for viewers, it's for money. So don't believe it. But one thing too, like the New York Patriot that I had interviewed him a couple shows back,
Uh,
and he's starting to do ghost hunting, and he says what he was going to do is something he's considering doing is meditating, getting into like a meditative state, and then kind of opening his mind, and then going to these locations to hunt for ghosts, quote unquote. So I think that'll be a pretty interesting experience. He says he's gonna video it, so I'm looking forward to that. So I hope he does that soon because I really want to check that out. But um and that's videos that I would actually take more.
hello?
I would believe more in, So
My bad. I think I muted myself some way.
oh yeah, I didn't hear
But,
anything you said, but yeah.
no, all I said was I think that's kind of like almost what Insidious is,
Really?
where
Oh yeah.
like yeah, they go in the astral realm while they
Yeah.
sleep, but that's only like inexperienced people or like people that want to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas the old lady, she would meditate and go into the where it's already a haunted area or wherever those people are
Mhm.
trapped, and then she would go into that dimension and fight off the ghost.
Gotcha.
So that's what that guy
Yeah.
wants to do. He wants to do some insidious shit.
Yeah,
And he needs to be
well,
careful.
yeah, but he's had plenty of experience with
I
meditation,
know, but
and
that's
he's good.
that's heavier shit. Going
Yeah.
into those actual realms trying to look for stuff like
But
that.
see, that's the thing though.
So I hope
He
I
knows how
need
to
to watch.
protect
I need to
himself.
watch more stuff, more of his stuff. So I
Well,
mean, that's good. That's
yeah,
great.
he can protect himself. He's good. I'm not
Cool.
worried about him. He's good. But it'll still be interesting to watch. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But are there any like movies, like ghost movies other than Insidious that you could think of? Because like there's one that I can think of that I really liked, and I not that many people have watched it, at least that I've talked to, and it's called The Others. And I'm gonna spoil it right now because I don't give a fuck. You should have already
No,
watched
I
it.
haven't watched it.
Like people should have already watched
Okay.
this movie. It's great.
Yeah.
But after I spoil it, you don't need to. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, just fast forward a little bit, and I'll try to make this quick. A woman is trying to keep her kids safe. She thinks that there are ghosts in her house, and she's like she's dressed like Victorian age, and things in her house are moving. Holes are popping up, whatever. Anyways, the things in her house are moving. Her house is getting fucked up, and she's thinking there's ghosts, and she's trying to protect her kids. And then it keeps going between her and then another family that's going through this house, and then you find out at the end that she is the ghost, her kids are the ghosts, and all of the stuff that's happening is these people going through her house and like trying to renovate it and all this other stuff. So what it is like the movie is the perspective of the ghosts and what they see the people that are alive, what they're doing to her house. So it was like it's a trip, dude. It was really good. I loved it, man. It's got Nicole Kidman in it, or Kidman, however you want to say her name. But yeah, it was a good movie. I liked it. More people should watch it because it was it's like one of those like M. Night Shyamalan twists. So, and speaking of, did you like Sixth Sense?
I don't think I ever watched it.
You never watched Sixth Sense?
I remember watching parts of it as a kid.
Okay.
But the ghosts, as far as I remember, kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, rightfully
So I'd
so.
walk away.
Yeah.
So I would just come in like every once in a while. So I did see, the big twist. But I didn't like see most of the movie.
Oh, okay. It's a good movie.
Yeah, like I said. And then, oh, you know what? I wanted to go back and watch it, but this one freaked me out too. 13 Ghosts. You watched that
Oh
one?
yeah, I saw that.
But
Yeah.
like the one of the I think the window one freaked me out. We got
I don't
blasted by
remember. It's
the
been
glass door.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's been a while since I've seen
And
it.
well, that fucker got that cut open by the sliding glass door.
Yeah,
So I
that's
was
right.
kind of freaked out by sliding glass doors for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I had mine open, I fucking ran through that shit.
I recently
So
watched
wasn't risking it.
I recently watched a movie that freaked me out when I was a kid. I had no idea it was this movie, but I always had a suspicion that it was. When I was a kid, I had walked in on my dad watching Werewolf in Paris. No,
You're
Werewolf
gonna
in
say
London.
something
Sorry,
else.
Werewolf in London. Werewolf in London.
Yeah, there's other people in Paris.
No, there's a movie called Werewolf in Paris.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, but no, it's called Werewolf in London, and I walked in watching my dad. My dad was watching that, and it was late at night. I had gotten up and I couldn't sleep, and so I went out there and I saw. I remember seeing this werewolf like tearing into somebody, and then I was like, and so I grew up like scared, or like, well, as a kid, I was scared of werewolves in my closet or whatever, and then I was like, I'm pretty sure it's that movie, and so I went back and I watched it recently, and I was like, yep, that's the fucking movie. That had to have been it. So, yeah. Anyways, so that you got to go back and watch that, dude. 13 Ghosts. Conquer your fears of sliding doors.
yeah.
Yeah, and that way you can finally go out in your backyard.
Been a while. It's been so long.
So, yeah, I haven't been able to grill anything in the backyard. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking weeds out there. All the fish are dead. Well, they were already dead. I just threw them out in the yard, but
yeah, out the window.
I didn't have a pond or water out there for them or anything. Just let them sunbathe for a little bit, and
Yeah, sun's
they were
important.
gone.
Sun is good
Sun.
for there's vitamins in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not for fish, but yeah.
Damn
But
it, I think I thought of another one for. Dude, no, one that messed me up just recently was not like messed me up bad or anything, but it made me think of too much shit. Was the last Insidious movie?
okay,
Because it goes back to like all of the past villains and pretty much like everything in the whole series. Because like in that dimension, everything's like there's no time, so it's
Okay.
all at the same time. So even if it's like you dealing with something right now and you go in that dimension, your past self could be dealing with something and go in that dimension at the same time. You guys could be talking.
Okay.
So at one point, like they're all fighting each other's demons just about, and it's just like making me think of like my own shit, and I'm like, man, I'm a motherfucker. I didn't come to this
Yeah,
to build or like fight my demons. I came to watch some fucking kids and their dad do it. Like, god damn, man, I won't be
Yeah.
sad now. So that one got me in my feelings for a little bit, for like a week or two. And then forgot how long I was gonna say, and then Barbie came out and I was all good, but
yeah.
besides that, for me, there's not too many other shit, just the franchised ones, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't watched
what's
any of
that? Blair Witch Project? Isn't that a ghost movie?
No,
Kinda?
that's
Nah, I
supposed
guess-
to
I
be
guess
like
it's
a
supposed to be a witch.
Yeah, that's fucking
Huh.
dumb. We could talk about that when we talk about witches.
Ah,
Yeah, that's a little
you
preview.
didn't like that? But yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time. Yeah, so that's the preview of the next show. We're getting our shit together, dude. We actually have like shows lined up. What we're gonna talk about. That's fucking cool. Yeah, that's cool. Anyways, I think we should probably wrap it up here in a minute. But there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, and that was, what do you think ghosts really are? We'll leave the show on this.
I would just say energy.
Energy.
Yeah, cause I did forget. Like, I guess, cause I at an early age I had a cousin pass, and for a long time, a lot of us felt him like still like around, and I felt like I saw him at some points.
Yeah.
But it was never like bad energy. It was always good energy.
Yeah.
So ghosts and like poltergeist or whatever, I feel like are like the bad energy of what's gone down in those areas. So it's not necessarily just one ghost. It could be multiple mixed together.
Gotcha.
They're
Okay.
just doing one action from one person or the next action from the other person. Maybe it's the energy with multiple personality disorder almost type deal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, there could be the one where it's like just so like we all felt his energy because it was so recent. It was so just like right then, and I don't know. He wanted to let us know that he was okay. Um, and like everything else where it's like strong, bitter, and negative, it's just like been accumulating, and then finally people come in or go into that area, you know, like a new store is built or whatnot, and then boom, like the lights are fucking with people,
Yeah.
or there's random stuff's going on because that has no recollection of what's going on. So it's just like there's power here. What the fuck is this shit? Like, you know, it's just fucking with stuff. So it may not be like negative towards the people. It's just like everything going on, and it's like almost ignorant to what's around it. It's learning, but it's also like energy. It's nothing to be controlled or, you know, manipulated. It's
Yeah.
just energy
Yeah. Well, I do. I mean,
that
they
we
do.
can't, because I know obviously the lights and stuff, that's energy too.
Yeah.
But I would just mean like the spiritual energy.
Yeah.
But
Well,
what were you about to say?
they do say that. I mean, I don't believe everything scientists say, but they do say that energy cannot be created or destroyed. So
Yeah.
if the thought would be, and I agree with you on this, like it is energy, like that's what it is. But and that's and really I think that's the reason why you don't see spirits from, there's like a time frame, right? So they don't go really far back because that energy has gone somewhere else, right? It's finally
Yeah.
moved onto something else and somewhere else. But the you know, the energy is, it can't be created or destroyed. So, you know, like you're saying, the poltergeist is just, there's a strong amount of energy here. And
Yeah, because it's usually like fucking what on burial grounds where like really bad
I mean,
ones are.
they
So
say that, yeah, but
like or like war fields.
yeah,
Um
I
like
think
native lands where or
yeah,
whatnot, but or hospices or
yeah,
hospitals, you know, abandoned places like that, abandoned prisons maybe. So
yeah,
places where bad shit has been going down and stuff like that.
yeah, and I mean,
Killings
I
and
think that's why too, like, you know, the energy, I know I was kind of joking about it earlier, but like, you know, the ghosts just move. Well, I do think that the energy can attach to something else. You know,
yeah,
if the energy
especially
has,
if you vibe with it, or maybe if
yeah, i-
you are completely opposite of it, because
if the energy is able to
opposites
latch on
attract.
to your like wavelength or to your energy and hitch a ride, then yeah, you can, you know, it's just, it's all about vibrations, dude, you know?
Yeah,
So, and, you know, I think that that's probably, to me, I think that that is what we're seeing when we see spirits or ghosts, whatever you want to call it. It's just energy. But I think that there could be other explanations too. I mean, I know that when I was a kid or when I was younger and I, you know, was more religious, of course, I would think of, you know, like, you know, demons and angels. That was my mindset. But I don't believe that now. But not to say that there aren't evil entities. I do think that there is some evil energy that's out there. But you were talking about like astral, like getting into like with Insidious and getting into the astral
huh.
realm and stuff. And it could be that maybe what we're actually seeing is astral projections of people, like through history or through the past, and then it's just that energy or whatever, that it's kind of like a it's kind of just it's, you know how when you microwave spaghetti in a Tupperware container and it leaves that stain, that's basically
Yeah, I've seen that
what the
before.
ghosts are. It's like it's just that stain in that time in that place, and it can't go
Mm.
away until you know, you have to throw away the Tupperware. I don't know. That's probably like a shit ass analogy, but
I was gonna say, so it's like we all just need like a great new reset.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. Exactly. That's exactly right. As long as it includes crypto, then I'm okay. But yeah,
As
I
long as
think
it includes Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Fuck, I'm shit out of luck. So Shiba Inu.
That one
They
too, dude.
yeah, it's just all dog, like all coins that are named after dogs.
I love them.
Yeah, this one's a Snoop Dogg coin. It's the value of the Snoop Dogg coin is always 420. Uh, which is Hitler's birthday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so back to Hitler. But I do think
He's
that
the ghost.
yeah, there you go. But I do think that it could be like a astral projection. It could be other like dimensions or what, because I know we were talking about dimensions before we had that one episode, but other like multiverses or whatever. So like the veil is really thin, right, in certain areas.
Mhm.
So or people or other things from other parts of timelines and whatnot and whatever can like slip in, and you kind of see things from that era, right, or from that those people like living out their lives doing whatever in that place. So I mean that would be why ghosts can seem to go through walls, because in their little area there were no walls in that spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the layout of the house could have been similar, but there was no wall in that spot, so they can easily just go through it. So I mean, those are some other ideas as to what could be going on. But I'm with you, man. I think it's all just energy, and the energy's stuck and left there, and and that's why they're always talking about trying to get them to move on, right? So they can move on, they can move their energy onto something else. So that's what I think. So I'm with you, man. You got anything else to say, or should we just wrap this shit up?
We could wrap it up, but you got me on the timeline things. Have you ever seen Doctor I think Parkinstein on TikTok?
What? No.
Let me look him up. You could roll
play this music.
The
play
music.
Funky music.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm playing the funky outro music. So we're out of here. But yeah, we'll check out
Play
Dr. Funkenstein.
Funky music, what boy?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dr. Funkenstein? Is that who we're...
No, Parkinstein.
Parkinson?
I guess he keeps getting banned or something. Parkinstein.
Oh.
He dresses old school.
Who dresses old school? Dr. Funkenstein?
Yeah, this guy I'm sending you.
The Parkinson's guy?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, today I'm going to be making a light bulb. Okay, so I found this reagent bottle in the laboratory, and I figured it'd make a good light bulb. So I'm going to be experimenting to see which gauge of nichrome wire works the best. I'm going to start with number 26.
You could tell this dude is like legit, because his fingers and his fingernails are dirty as fuck. So he is in the work, like the work shed, really working. Yeah.
Right. No, this dude is something else. You should really look into him.
Okay.
I only want to bring it up because you said different timely, or like different people from different times. If it's like the multiverse instead of like actual ghosts, and it's just seeming like it.
Yeah.
And because like I've seen other videos where he's like dressed fully in like older attire. Yeah. And he's just doing his fucking thing with other people. And I'm like, dude, is this guy like time travel or now like, is he like someone from a different multiverse that's created something else that sustains him
Yeah.
when multiverses shift, and that is what I'm starting to believe this fucker is.
And then he was like,
This dude is intense.
And he's like,
I'm gonna go on TikTok because that's where I want to be.